Hi again, it's Mark Orwoll, and this is installment 25 in the series Places You've Probably Never Heard of and Will Likely Never Travel to, but we're going to tell you about them anyway because we have a column to fill. Now, watch this.
Let the swing begin. Mark Orwoll is at it again, and that cat is swinging. Yeah, that cat is swinging. The party don't stop when Mark's
Gotta
in
love
the
that song.
spin.
Hi, anyway, thank you for coming back, for sticking around. There's a small, faraway island off the edge of Western Australia, a one-time penal colony and pilot station that's become the favorite getaway for beach lovers from Fremantle, Perth, and other outposts in the country's remote region that affectionately is called Sandgroperland by Australians who would never, ever go there. But if you're hoping to meet a Dutch person during your visit to the island, don't bother. Netherlanders won't visit there because Rotnest, the island's original Dutch name, means rat's nest in English. The name never bothered the Aussies, though, because they're a tough lot. Not much irks them. Hey, mate, can you pass me the Vegemite? I'd be happy to, Cobba, but it's a hard yakka since I just caught me left bitters grabbers in a croc's mouth and I'm holding a Foster's in me right, so I'm a bit crook in the Vegemite passing department. But hold tight, I have a bonzer idea. I'll just reach down with me gob, grab the bloody jar with me pearly whites, and there you go, boyo. Thanks for the island's name goes to intrepid explorer, mighty sea captain, and apparently very poor zoologist Willem de Vlaming, who in 1696 mistook the island's large, energetic, and slightly creepy quokkas for, well, rats. Here I quote from Wikipedia, my go-to source for all things zoology. Quokkas are cat-sized marsupials that weigh up to 5 pounds and look like they're smiling at you. Oh. Forget the Dutch. Even I wouldn't want to go there, considering that explanation. However, in the interest of filling this column, I did go there, although many years ago, before I knew this Substack would even exist, because I'm an idiot and I'll go anywhere. Rotnest Island, or Rotto, as Western Australians are prone to call it, has some of the most dramatic beaches imaginable, with waters ranging from sea foam green to cobalt. And therein lies its main attraction. Surfers, snorkelers, scuba divers, and sun worshippers take the ferry from Fremantle for a day or a week of seaside relaxation and recreation. No private cars are allowed, basically because there aren't many places to drive to. So most of the transportation is via bicycle. In fact, bicycling around the island in search of your favorite among its 63 beaches is an essential part of any visit, according to the island's bike rental companies. On my own bike ride around the island, I visited 57 of them, mostly by accident. Just 12 miles from the charming Victorian harbour town of Freo, as the locals call Fremantle, the island's Aboriginal name is Wajamup. It was occupied as much as 7,000 years ago when the island was still attached to the mainland, and today there are more than a dozen Aboriginal historical sites. The saddest part of the island's history is that in the 1830s, it became a prison specifically for Aboriginal people, and remained so for nearly 70 years. The prisoners built many of the structures still in use today, including the seawall, lighthouses, and even some of the visitor accommodations. Now, doesn't that brighten your day? But you don't want to know facts in history. I know what you're thinking. Tell us about the giant smiling rats. In Rotto, you'll encounter the strange and adorable creatures found almost nowhere else. The quokka. Quokkas resemble miniature kangaroos, if you're on acid, and are friendly, thanks mainly to too many food handouts from tourists. Everywhere are signs saying, please don't feed the quokkas. They will only get bigger and more cat-like, and their smiles will turn to sneers. The marine life on Rottnest is one of the most abundant and varied in Western Australia, and the bird life is incredible. They're attracted by the brine shrimp in the island's several salt lakes. Pro tip: travelers attracted by smiling cat-sized marsupials and brine shrimp in salt lakes, make your vacation plans now. Most of the tourist facilities are in the village of Thompson Bay. Accommodations range from backpacker hostels to the luxurious Wajamoop Lodge, where premium rooms cost US $280 a night. In between those extremes are small beachfront cottages, family apartments, and informal cabins, along with bakeries, cafes, and convenience stores where you can stock up on sodas, beer, and goodies to bring back to your room. The sartorial attitude around Rotto is definitely low-key. Flip-flops and go-to-hell shorts are the basic dress code. Possibly a shirt. A full day would include waking up late, hitting the beach when you feel like it, riding a bike in the morning before the sun gets too hot, walking to the ferry pier to see if anyone interesting arrives that day, and running in sheer terror as snarling packs of smiling quokkas chase you for a bit of your Vegemite sandwich. There are other activities. You can take a short ride on a tourist train to see some of the World War II military installations, sightsee in a motor coach if you don't want a bike, or sign up for a half-day offshore tour in a glass-bottom boat. There's even a flight seeing trip that leaves from the old military airstrip. Not a lot of news happens in Rotto. Once a man visited the island who was not named Bruce. That caused a stir. The light in the lighthouse got stuck, shining across the water directly at downtown Frio, causing the resident Frions to ask, "Why is that light pointed at us?" And a quokka once refused to smile when offered a piece of a Vegemite sandwich. In conclusion, you should visit Rottnest Island, unless you're Dutch. Hey, don't forget to subscribe to my Substack. You can watch it here on YouTube too. But anyway, thanks for watching. See you later. Bye-bye.
Mark Orwoll is at it again, and that cat is swinging. Yeah, that cat is swinging. The party don't stop when Mark's in the space.